I'll use my nice one, right? Are you filming me? Hi, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Kim Maxwell with Maxwell Shellfish. Today, as we get ready for St. Patrick's Day, we are going to make fish and chips using Icelandic cod, Guinness. We're going to make mushy peas, and out of russet potatoes, we're going to make the chips. It's a lot easier than you think, so stick around. Now we're going to start with our potatoes. I've washed and cleaned the potatoes, so we're just going to peel them however you like to peel them. This is my way. All right, so we are cutting the potatoes now into chips. You probably want to cut them about, I don't know, this is pretty thick. So maybe a little, I don't know, let me see if I can find a good one. That's probably a good size. I don't know, is that maybe a 1/4 inch? Can you see that? That's probably a good size to try to cut them. They're French fries, so whatever thickness you want them. I'm gonna just try to cut that down a little bit more. So let's see. But this is kind of fun. I didn't realize how easy this was until I tried it myself. So you're just going to take your potato and you want to cut one side, middle, and so you got the 3 sides. You put the flat side down, and then you just want to cut and put your knife up against your knuckles because you don't want to cut down onto your fingers. So that's why you put your knuckle there, to help guide your knife. I don't know if you can see that, but that's helpful. So, and that's a little thick, so maybe I'll just go another little smidge thinner. So you want to put some cold water in a pot, probably about 8 cups. Well, that's too much, maybe about 5 cups of water. So I'm going to take the potatoes, stick them in the colander, and you want to rinse them off because you want to rinse off some of the starch. By the way, these are russet potatoes, okay? I'm going to rinse them off pretty good. Okay. All right, so now we're going to put these in the pot of cold water, and we're going to turn it on. And we are going to bring it up to a simmer and then simmer them for about 4 to 5 minutes. All right, so now we're going to get our ingredients ready. We're going to set up our line for frying. But the first thing I want to do is set up our batter. So we're going to do 7 tablespoons of flour. 1, 2, 6, 7. As you can see, I didn't do a real authentic 7. And I guess if you really want to be particular, you could do that. But I don't do that. And now we're going to do 7 tablespoons of cornstarch. 7. Teaspoon of baking powder. And sea salt to taste. Now I have the sea salt, but I have coarse. That's all I had. So I'm not going to go out to the store and buy the others. Just going to pour some out. See how granular they are? So I'm just taking a pestle, mortar and pestle. I'm just going to bring it around. That was it. And now I'm just going to put a little bit in there. And now we need some black pepper. It says a pinch. Obviously, I did more than a pinch. I'm just going to mix up this flour mixture. It's Guinness Extra Stout. So we need 1/3 cup. And to be honest, folks, I'm going to do a smidge more. I'm going to add the cold, well, the beer doesn't have to be cold, but I'm adding the beer because I need to add sparkling water. I use San Pellegrino, you can use that. And for that, we need also a 1/3 cup. So again, I'm just going to do a smidge more. Now we add the water. All right, so folks, now I'm going to stick this in the refrigerator. Stick this in the refrigerator for an hour. So in the meantime, let's get the fish prepped. I have a lot of cod here. I have more than what we need for the recipe. You really need 4 7-ounce fish fillets. So we are going to cut this up. I think I'll go right down the middle here of the cod and cut some nice even pieces, pretty even anyway. Down. There's our fish. Our fish is cut up, ready to go. How beautiful. Okay. I hear the buzzer. All right, so let's take these out. They're hot, but I don't think they're too hot to handle. I want to get some paper towels and pat them. All right, so we patted them dry. Let's get them in a bowl. In the refrigerator also, we're going to cover them up with the paper towel. Stick them in the fridge for an hour, another hour. All right, so now we're just going to season the fillets. So we're done seasoning them, so let's put these in the refrigerator. So now we're going to start the peas. So what we want to do is get a pot of water going. Not too much in there, you don't need a whole lot. Ideally, fresh peas would be really good, but frozen peas are fine. So we're just going to take these, pour them in. Forgot to mention that I did throw some salt in there. Not a lot, just a little bit of salt. Helps give it some flavor. I don't like the smell of fried food in my house. My family will tell you I don't fry very many things because I don't like the smell. It's like, get up in the morning and it's like, oh, that's still at the house. So anyway, the other one that I have used, and I'll use again tonight, just is going to be my La Croisette pot, or any pot, any deep pot you can use, stainless steel. And we're going to throw some oil in there. I just used a whole bottle of Wesson canola oil. So I use canola oil. So just take a look-see. I put that whole bottle in there, and there really is not that much. I'm going to turn it on, and I'm just going to put it down to low, just to slowly let it come up to temperature, just because I have a lot of other things that I'm going to do. All right, it looks like our peas are done. So we're going to take our peas, we're going to strain them. All right, we're going to put this in a blender. You can use a blender or a food processor. Hot, hot, hot. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. It was really 3. It was really 3. I love butter.
So I was just like,
we're going to put some cream in there.
Was there butter in there?
And there was more butter in there. Pink Himalayan. Pepper. Now we're going to blend it. Nice and hot. It's a great little side dish. It's almost ready to go. See the little shimmer? I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but see a little shimmer in there? 1/4 cup of flour. Okay. All right, so now let's do this one. Always try to put the food in away from you, because when it splatters, it'll splatter away from you. You've probably heard that before. And the reason why you want to pat them dry, you don't ever want to put anything wet into hot oil. The timer just went off. 2 minutes. All right, so let's set up. It's been an hour, so we can take our batter out. Mix it up again, because it kind of separated a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to take our cod fillets. We're going to dredge them in the flour. I try to keep one hand fairly clean. Make sure you get the edges. Pat it off. You don't want too much flour on there. You're going to put it in the oil. I'm going to deep fry these for 8 minutes. All right, they are done. These are done. So let's grab these. I gotta tell you, they look good. All right, so let's put these in. I'm supposed to bring this back up to 400. But I do think this is nice and hot. You just want to loosen them up while they're in here. So we said 5 minutes. These we can go ahead and sprinkle with some salt. Yes, my salt's in the drawer, not always. All right, the timer went off, but I didn't think they were quite done enough. So I let them go for about another two minutes probably. So 7 minutes might have been all together, but they're crunchy. Now we should salt them just a little bit, because there's a lot of salt in everything we're eating. Okay, now that we're done, I'm gonna plate everything up here. Here you have it. We have our Icelandic cod that we made with a Guinness beer batter. And we have our mushy peas and our homemade French fries. And an unexpected tartar sauce. So let me plate it up for you. I'd have to say, even though it took a while, it's well worth it. It's easy. It's just the way you have to plan out your time. But it's well worth it. There you have it. Icelandic cod with your homemade French fries, mushy peas. Cheers. I want us to have dinner. Yum, yum, yum. I will literally disown you.